Hey, everybody. Awkward, very awkward here. It's not gonna be nearly as long as the last time I did this. I made a oopsie, a pretty big oopsie. This is the Film Optimist, and here is already a redo of my Disney Princess ranking. Um, an update. I forgot this happened, but this is from exactly a year ago from when I'm recording. Yo, so I just saw a post for Women's Day where Disney was talking about their princesses. For some silly reason, Vanellope, Elsa, and Anna are missing, which is so funny of them, but they did include someone else. Rhea. 5 whole years after Moana came, this hard hitting daughter of the chief of the Heart Tribe. This is the third daughter of a chief and the second Asian princess. She made her debut in Disney's 59th animated feature, Raya and the Last Dragon. I love Raya as a character, so I love her inclusion. Her age, 18. Her nobility. As stated above, she's the daughter of Chief Binja of the Heart Tribe and takes over as chief in his absence. Her film, Raya and the Last Dragon, received mostly positive reviews, being the first Walt Disney Animation Studios film to premiere on Disney Plus, alongside a limited theatrical run because of pesky COVID. With quarantine, the box office take was a disaster, with the film only grossing 130.4 million on a 100+ million dollar budget. Go woke, go broke. Am I right? Fucking COVID happened, you fucking idiots. Sorry, I had to say that. Her actress is Kelly Marie Tran. She does a fantastic job as Rhea. Number of songs. She doesn't sing. Her signature song and overall music. I don't think there are any songs in this film with words, so the whole instrumental soundtrack weaves the storyline together pretty well. Her love life. The film doesn't touch on romance. However, Namari, the warrior princess of the Fang tribe, is Rhea's friend, then rival, then friend again, that a lot of people sense romantic tension between. And I could definitely get behind that. Namari fucking rules, just like Rhea's inclusion in this lineup. Okay, so this is my new ranking. Belle. Oh wait, best to worst or worst to best. I already gave it away, so Belle, Tiana. I'm gonna go worst to best. I like that better. We're going 16-1. Aurora is the worst. Merida, Jasmine, Ariel, Snow White, Pocahontas, Vanellope, Cinderella, and Raya is number 8, overtaking Cinderella. Remember, this list looks kind of fucked up. I can admit that, right? I have to remind you that I'm basing this on them being good role models for young women and their characterization in general. Aurora, a lot of people are like, "What the? How dare you?" Calm down. Aurora is only in like 16 minutes of her film, of her hour-long film. 16 minutes. That is pitiful. And all she does is sing about how she wants love. She pricks her finger. And we're talking about her being like an adult. We're not talking about her time as a baby and getting cursed like that. I mean, that doesn't count. She's not really a character. She's a little baby. Um, and she's raised as Briar Rose. Like most of her movies, she's Briar Rose. She's only Aurora for the beginning and the end. Well, Briar Rose and Aurora are the same thing, right? No, she didn't know she was religious. She didn't know she was royal. Um, and that doesn't really define her as a character. I think there's more to explore there, but that's the problem. They didn't explore enough. The movie is called Sleeping Beauty. It is her movie. And she is the last character. She is the character with the least amount of screen time. That is fucking bonkers, dude. There's no way she can be any higher on this list for me personally. And Merida, I like Brave as much as the next person. And I think I love how she fights for her own hand. I think that's cool. And I know she's a teenager, so she's gonna be rebellious, yada yada, whatever. It's annoying as fuck. So I put her pretty low because she's very annoying, I guess. And maybe the Pixar thing comes into play as well, being the only Pixar princess in the Disney lineup. A little bit of a bias there. She could definitely be higher. Jasmine comes above her And there's some more bias there as well. I talk at length about the Lilo and Stitch um, advertisements where Jasmine is flirting with Stitch, and she leaves Aladdin for Stitch because he has a better ride, better than the magic carpet. It's not canon, but it's still, I thought that's kind of fucked up what they did to Jasmine. They ruined um, her whole new world and her perspective. It's pretty fucked up. Uh, her as a character though is actually really good. Um, she's a really good character. Someone said that she was, you know, the favorite, their favorite princess. I'd understand for sure. She, like Merida, she doesn't rely on romance. She doesn't need romance. She falls in love with Aladdin for Aladdin, and vice versa with Aladdin too. Aladdin is the focus of his film. She doesn't get as much screen time. She gets more screen time than fucking Aurora. Um, but I think that's why she's so low as well. Is that she doesn't get enough focus. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Cause it's feeling pretty flimsy. Because why is Ariel above Jasmine? Like why? Yeah, there's no way that. Maybe it's because of her. No, 'cause that doesn't even make sense either. Ariel's got to be below Jasmine and Merida because hold up, she gives up her voice for Dick. Like this is well established. So yeah, I'm revising this list. Um, yeah, fuck that. Ariel was 15. Um, yeah, that's that feels more accurate, which would make Merida 14 and Jasmine 13. Because yeah, Ariel gives up everything. The Little Mermaid is her film, yes. And she gets a significant amount of screen time. Her voice plays a major role. They took her voice away. Um, it's a beautiful movie, but like you fucking see her like her role model, like her being a role. Like, yeah, there's no way. Uh, Number 12 is Snow White. Um, Snow White is I think the youngest. No, she used to be the youngest until Vanellope showed up, but she was 14, 13, 14. Um, and she's very naive. People put her very low on the list because she's a fucking idiot. Why would you accept an apple for a stranger? Apple from a stranger? Why would you deal with that? She's she's 14 and it's a different time. It's like a fucking long ass time ago. Probably hungry. She's a little girl. She's naive. She goes, and she actually like says no at first, but then they're like, it's a magic wishing apple. And she's like, oh, a wishing apple? Like, fuck yeah, I want to make some wishes. She believes in magic. The little girl. She like Aurora has a spell put on her where she's going to die unless she gets true love's kiss, and she gets true love's kiss, which is kind of creepy in hindsight. But she just believes in dreaming, very outdated view of women, how they love to clean and love to cook and love to be providers. That's just her character, right? That's um, number 11 is Pocahontas, a very skewed version of the real life princess Pocahontas. I think Pocahontas wasn't even her fucking name in real fucking life. Native American woman, born at Amanute, also known as Mataoka, and she was given the name Pocahontas by other fucking people. The Rolfs traveled to London, where Pocahontas was presented to English society as the example of a civilized savage in hopes of stimulating investment in Jamestown. Yes, she was baptized. She was captured and held for ransom by English colonists during hostilities in 1613. During her captivity, she was encouraged to convert to Christianity and was baptized under the name Rebecca. Um, she married the tobacco planter John Rolfe in April 1614 at the age of about 17 or 18, and she bore their son Thomas Rolfe in January 1615. And then they have her bones for ransom. Anyway, this fictionalized fucking uh, caricature of I guess it's not really a caricature because it does wonders for the actual real life princess and what actually happened to her. Um, it presents a beautiful story in that film, but it's a fairy tale. They made a real life, very depressing, tragic situation, and history is written by the winners. You read history books, it's like, oh, and she loved being civilized and baptized, and she loved being. Why do we still call her Pocahontas then? Huh? Why aren't we calling her Rebecca Rolfe? Why are we calling her? Why are we still referring to her as Pocahontas? When that's not even her fucking name. It's Matooka. What the fuck are we doing? Why are we still talking about this? Like, it's fucking weird. It's really weird. It's weird. Number 10, that's why a video game character goes above her, Vanellope. I like her story. Even though I didn't really like Ralph Breaks the Internet, it does have a good story about a little girl trying to be her own person and find her own strengths and all that yada yada shit. Cinderella's great. Has her own movie. Has her. They try to spin it where it's like, she didn't fall in love with royalty. Yada da. This is love. There's something to be said about that. Whatever. True love knows no bounds. Whatever. Rhea is up so high because she's a badass. She goes on a long adventure to try to save her dad. The movie felt like very much like in fast forward. Like it just. We'll talk about it more at length when I review it, but it's like being just zooming through this film. I wish it would have slowed the fuck down at a lot of the parts because it just felt like we were at one area and we sped through that area and then it's like fuck on to the next area and then like sped through that area. It felt like we'll talk more at length. We're talking about the movie right now. The character of Rhea is really cool. Really awesome character. The implications of her sexuality are really cool too. Being either bi or les could be really awesome if they wanted to explore that in like a sequel. I'd be all for a Rhea sequel. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I forgot the last drag. I forgot Awkwafina's in that as Sisu. I didn't really mind her that much, as I have in other films. I didn't mind her in Shang-Chi either. I think I'm just getting indoctrinated on Awkwafina. Indockwafina traded. Oh fuck. Number 7 is Moana. Like Rhea goes on an adventure to save her village. Rhea is pretty similar stories, except Rhea is more like desert and stuff like that. Moana is more the village is dying and she goes along the ocean. Anna, yes, Anna's a great character. She gets less than Elsa because Anna is a character that is very naive at first. She's seeking companionship and she falls into the Disney trope of falling in love with the first person she sees, and they talk about getting married, and Elsa quite appropriately says, you guys don't even know each other. Elsa, meanwhile, has gone under so much childhood trauma from having these powers, conceal, don't feel, and then breaking out and becoming much more than a princess or Queen of Arendelle, which Anna becomes in Frozen 2. Spoiler alert. Elsa becomes like a goddess, becomes like a mythical creature. And they're making Frozen 3. I have no fucking clue where the story's going to go from here. They could have just ended it at 2. I really do hope they have a good story to tell, but yeah. Number 4 is Mulan. I mean, eh, when we get into this top, these top 4 at least, I can understand greatly every single. I mean, I can understand your favorite no matter what, as long as you spin it to me. um, Even Aurora, you know. Mulan. What else? What else is there to say? She saved China. Man, God. Uh, um, as a woman, you know, as a man, she was kicking ass, but as a woman, and I didn't know. We'll talk more about that when we talk about the film. I don't think we've talked about the film yet. Rapunzel. Is Rapunzel really above Mulan? Get the fuck out of here. Rapunzel is awesome, right? I love Rapunzel. Rapunzel breaks out of her um on her 16th birthday. Is it her 18th birthday? She wants to go explore the world. Um and she does so, and then she falls in love with Eugene Fitzherbert, and her hair heals people, and then he ends up cutting off her hair, which loses her powers, and they try to retcon that in the fucking TV show. I don't think Rapunzel should honestly be this high. I love her character. I love Mandy Moore. That's probably why I put her so high. You know what? For that reason, she stays at number 4. Number 3 is Mulan. Number 2 is Tiana, the only black Disney princess. What the fuck? Like, how did it take so long? And of course, they used a black woman from the 1920s. Did not talk about um, racial tensions back then. She's just, you know, they treat her like she's dumb at certain points, and like she doesn't know what she's talking about regarding money, but they never go into why they think that. Um, it's just kind of hinted at, and I feel like there's a lot of things they could do. They don't need to be so upfront with it, but they could be more, like they could lean more into those kind of messages. Like, for example, in Strange World, there is a homosexual character. He is gay. He is openly gay, and when he meets his grandfather, he speaks about being gay, and his grandfather doesn't bat a fucking eye at this. He's just like, "Oh, okay," and it's like we'll talk more when we talk about Strange World, but it's like I don't think. I mean, maybe it's just different in this world. It's a strange world after all, right? But I feel like you could have even just had the grandfather be like, "Oh, well, I don't know how that works because he's not fucking gay, but this is how I would, you know, with a woman." And whatever the fuck. And number 1 is Belle. She reads books, and I'm a furry, so she gets with a fucking thing. So, yeah, she gets with a thing. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys have a good one. Take care. Ray, everybody. Yay.